All right, if you guys have ever watched me live, which all you people have, hi Crispy, you've seen me wear some wild ass headphones like this, or like this, or like this. So these are open back studio grade high res headphones. Okay, an inherent problem with these as opposed to your normal headset is the power they take to drive. Okay, they're very, very power hungry. So they have something what's called an impedance, which means the higher the impedance number in ohms, the less volume you're going to get out of a standard device. So if you plug these headphones into just a cell phone, they're not going to get very loud. Okay, so whereas you have like a gaming headset or something like that, it's going to get plenty of volume. They're very low impedance, easy to drive. So the problem we face with wearing headphones like this to play games is, what are we going to have to drive them, and what are we going to have to put a mic through to talk to people as we game? And the answer has to be this right here, Sound Blaster G6. All right, I've been using this thing for probably a year now, and I have some thoughts on it. Definitely have some thoughts. So what we'll do is we will break this down on the product page, and I'll show you guys the software, how it works, and I'll tell you guys if it's worth it. So first and foremost though, here is the actual device. It's about the size of a deck of cards. Okay, the top does light up. We got a volume wheel, we got a headphone input and a mic input. Cool. On the back, we got line in, line out, and a USB. So things that you should know about this: it's primarily a PC device, but this works great with console. This will do Dolby Digital processing on PS4 and give you that Dolby sound. I think you can hook it up to an Xbox. You can hook it up to just a cell phone. If you want to do a line in and line out from a cell phone, you can do that, as long as you have a power source. In this micro USB port here, you just have to plug in like a phone charger so that it can power, and then you plug cell phone into line in, and then headphone into headphone jack, and boom, you have great audiophile cell phone audio with headphones like this. You know, good to go. So it's like semi-portable. Like, for example, I've taken this into my bedroom before and hooked it up to my TV to get Dolby Digital sound and headphones for a movie, and that's a really awesome experience. So you can definitely do that. All right, so let's look at the product page. Let's see what we got here on the right. So 7.1 gaming DAC and amp. I see you, Viter, I see you. Let's see what the features are. So it works with everything. All right, good stuff. All the consoles. It's best on PC though because of the software, and I'll show you the guys that. That's what's going on the left here. I'll show you guys that and break it down in a minute. Yeah, Xbox One, Switch, PS4, PC. Cool. The only thing it doesn't do, it doesn't have Bluetooth, so you can't hook up to it wirelessly. You can plug any headset into this and create the sound for that headset if you want. Cool. So it does virtual 5.1, 7.1. I'll show you guys all that. Scout mode. That is the equivalent of Turtle Beach's superhuman hearing, although it sounds drastically different, and I'll explain that when we get there. Cool. The software, you know, it's very customizable. Convenient controls, you set it right there. You got volume right on your desk with a knob. Those are actually, the headphones in that picture are right here. Same headphones. Those are the Sennheiser HD6XX. Amazing headphones. I'll be reviewing those for YouTube pretty soon too. Okay, because these things are amazing, especially for music. So when they built this device, obviously, I mean, it's to boost console sound. It's to boost console sound, but really, it's to drive high-end headphones in gaming, because they're not easy to drive. It's really built for that world. So if you're serious about your headphones, if you want a really good pair, this is the device that will drive it that is small. There's other devices like this that are more expensive and bigger, but this thing for $150 is a really good deal for what it has to offer and what you're going to be driving. So it's got one of these discrete headphone amps. I don't know how this shit works, but it'll, like, I guess the theory is each ear will be driven separately. So if you're playing PUBG, you might notice that if you hear the red zone bombs in the right ear, you'll still be able to hear footsteps in the left a little bit clearer, as opposed to having audio through the whole thing at once. I don't know. I don't notice much of a difference, but there is good sound clarity. Discrete. It drives 600 ohm headphones. So the craziest headphones that I've had are these Sennheisers. These are like 300 ohms, and these will get loud enough to explode your head like a pumpkin. It's crazy. So I think that some of the like Ninja's headphones that he wears, like the Beyerdynamics, they can be like 600 ohms. I think there's a 600 ohm version of those, but this will drive them, no problem. Okay, so audiophile grade specifications. If you guys like high res music, which I listen to Tidal, Tidal, they stream high res audio files. So if you put this on the high res mode, this amp, and have a high res pair of headphones, you can hear, like, I'll sit here and I'll listen to music on Tidal in master quality with this amp and these headphones, and just like, it won't even be music that I like. It just sounds so freaking cool. And like, if you've heard an album like 100 times, you listen to it this way, you'll hear instruments come to the forefront and certain intricacies like the vocals and stuff you haven't heard before. It's like a new experience. It's really awesome, and I really like that. It's a really good time. So, yeah, I guess they had the G1, which is a USB thing, which will still do kind of high-res audio. The G5 I never mess with. My G6 is my first entrance into the Sound Blaster thing. So I don't know enough to compare these. But they all have scout mode. They all seem to have pretty decent audio specs, but I don't know how they actually sound. Okay, so what we'll do now, by the way, new background, guys. It's Freddy Krueger from Dead by Daylight. How you guys like it? So here's your dashboard. There's a bunch of presets. You can make your own presets over here on the Blasterx experience. We got gaming, music, movie, adventure and action, arena of valor. It has like different game presets, like Counter-Strike. It's got a PUBG preset. I personally don't like, but you know, it's there. It's there if you want it. I'll bring it over here so you guys can see it a little bit better. But yeah, so, you know, you can pick any of these presets and you can customize the actual presets, okay? So if we go in, also, yeah, because you can customize all the mic stuff as well and the lighting. But first and foremost, when you're setting this up, we have audio effects right here, which means all the EQs and stuff that you're applying take effect. All the surround, all that processing. You have to have audio effect mode on, and you pick stereo 5.1 or 7.1. I like to keep it on 7.1. It's a very good surround effect. It's one of the better ones I've tried. It's right up there with Turtle Beach's new one. What's it called? Like the NX audio that they have. It's very similar with directional. Really good. You can also power speakers out of here. Out of the line out, you can actually power speakers, or at least get them the audio signal. So what I was doing, I have a 2 PC streaming setup. If you have 2 of these, you can get Discord from streaming PC into your gaming PC audio and use it as a line in and mix it that way, which is cool. It can be a helpful thing if you ever want to go 2 PC. You get 2 of these things. You can do it that way. All right, so you pick your speaker type, all that. Direct audio. What that does is that just takes the audio direct from the source, no processing, nothing. The source controls what you hear. That's what you want to use with high-res audio, like Tidal. You do stereo direct, and then you go and you configure it in the control panel to be 24-bit, 192 kilohertz, whatever you want to do. I think that's the spec for their high-res audio. And then it sounds amazing, you know. So there is a little bit of configuration, a little bit of a learning curve to figure out what audio you want for what thing, you know. But it's not hard. It's not necessarily entirely plug and play to get the best experience. So we go into sound. What we got surround mode. We can go from normal to wide to ultra wide. I like to keep it on normal. Ultra wide kind of messes up the it's different per headphone because headphones have different soundstage levels. So with a pair like these that has a tremendous soundstage, you want to keep it on normal surround sound because these are doing the surround for you. They have that wide soundstage. So even if it's on normal, you're going to hear things way out here. Okay. You hear gunshot in PUBG. It's not in your ear. It's out there in an area that you can look to and know where it is. So it's not like it's playing in your head so much. It's around you, you know. Some movies and stuff, it sounds like someone's in their same room with you. It's pretty cool. Crystallizer. That basically just ups the treble. That's all it does. You can turn it off, turn it on, but it makes things a little bit crispier sounding. It's cool for movies, so you can get those little trebly details. Bass boost, whatever. Smart volume. What that does is, if you put it on like night mode, it'll make the real quiet details a little bit louder, so your overall volume can stay down. So you can hear everything going on in a scene and not have to wake the neighbors. All right, dialogue, that's pretty cool. This will bring the dialogue in a movie or a game to the forefront. So you boost that dialogue, you can hear what people are saying a lot easier. That's good stuff. All right, equalizer. There's a bunch of EQs in here. You got an EQ graph. For each preset, we'll go to, so my PUBG, this is my PUBG preset. We have 0 decibels on the bass end, and we have 12 decibels on the treble end. So you can hear those little details like guns reloading and stuff like that. But you can customize this. You can customize all that and test it out, and then you can save it in a preset. And, you're good to go. So, it's good to have an EQ. You can also adjust these little things down here for treble and bass. If you don't want to mess with the actual individual lines on the EQ, you can just make it bass heavier, boom. Or treble heavier, whatever. Now, scout mode. That's kind of like superhuman hearing for Turtle Beach. It comes in handy for games like PUBG. Now, Turtle Beach, what they do with superhuman hearing, it sounds like they just take away all the bass, up the treble, and have a very convincing directional sound to it. So you can hear everything and where it's coming from, but it doesn't sound good. It sounds flat, almost like your headphones are broken or something, And it's almost a hassle to listen to, but it helps competitively. Scout mode, what it does is it takes all the quietest sounds and makes them all extremely loud. All right, extremely loud. So you hear everything, and then it puts a lid on the maximum noise level. So if an explosion happens right next to your ear, it kind of deafens the earphones a little bit so it doesn't explode your head like a pumpkin, So the upside to this is you literally can hear footsteps from like anywhere. But the downside is if you hear a gunshot out in the distance, it might be hard to tell how close it is because you don't know if the headphones, if this processing is muting the overall volume because the gunshot's really close and loud, or if it's really distant. So it can be hard to get that perception of distance with scout mode. But if you're only concerned about footsteps, you want to hear footsteps, snap onto area, and look for enemy, scout mode does the trick very well. The Dolby settings, you can use this with your PlayStation 4 and, adjust the dynamic range for it. Or you can use it with a TV. If you plug an optical cable into the back of this thing from a TV, you'll get Dolby out of most TVs for most movies in your headphones. A very cool surround sound experience. It's it certainly rivals an actual 7.1 setup. Yeah, it certainly rivals that. And for I don't know, it's a really good experience. I think everyone should try it. Also, it's a good idea if the wife's sleeping, the girlfriend's sleeping, the kids are sleeping, and you don't want to, you want a nice theater like experience, a lot of bass, the surround sound, all that stuff. And you don't want to wake anybody up. And then at the end, filters, I have no idea what the hell this does. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not an expert on this thing. I believe it just messes with the frequencies. Stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not an audio expert. I'm just basing this off of my past year of experiences. Okay, so the voice. Mic reading, mic monitoring. You can morph your voice on here. If you plug the mic in through, it's got one of these things. You can change what your voice sounds like. I could sound like a female, child, elderly, deep voice, whatever. So that stuff's cool. That's good. I've never actually plugged a mic into here. But so if you wanted to roll with a audiophile headset like this, and you wanted to get a mic, you could do a mod mic, which you can literally clip on to any headset and then plug the cord into something like a sound blaster, and then you're good to go. And then you can just, when you're not using it, you just take the mic off. It's got a little Velcro circle here. You can put the mod mic on. And they have great sound quality. All right, sweet. Don't worry. Lighting, you can customize the lighting. Who cares? And that's about it. So, for the G6, I love it. And it's a jack of all trades solution. If you want increased audio on any platform, you want to hear music better, movies better, this is great. For $150, it's probably a little bit steep. But then again, if you're buying a pair of $200 headphones like these AKGs, it's definitely worth investing in something like this. There's amps out there that some audiophiles will say do the job better just for music or whatever, but they don't have the gaming features and the well-rounded ability as one of these things. You know, you're probably gonna have a harder time plugging into a PS4. You're not gonna get a mic input, all that stuff. So does anyone have any questions? All right, so final thought would be, it was worth it for me. It might not be for you, but now you can go into this educated, knowing there's a device out there like this, because when I first got audiophile headphones, I didn't know what to use to drive them. And finding this was really, really clutch because I'm a gamer and I love music. Well-rounded stuff. Good to go. So if you want to catch me live wearing these weird ass headphones, twitch.tv/bushwhack18. I'll have a link for my Twitch in the description, as well as Discord. So if you want to come join the family, join the community, you're more than welcome. We will support you. Very supportive community. These people are awesome. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Reviewing some headphones probably. Peace out.